everyone, how we were doing, and welcome back. So I just got done sort of scrubbing through the Battlefield 6 trailer, and I've sort of picked out a few sort of key screenshots that people may have missed sort of as the trailer was going. I know everybody's sort of hyped and looking forward to it, and I really can't wait to sort of get my teeth on this game. Looking forward to sort of the gameplay trailer coming out at the end of this week, and also getting involved with the beta hopefully towards the end of this year. So, without wasting any more time, let's jump into it and sort of pick out a few things that I sort of saw as I was going through the trailer. So the first sort of thing I saw during this sort of wide shot of the battlefield is there's a helicopter parked on top of one of the skyscrapers. Now, due to like having like sort of bigger sort of player counts and bigger maps, I'm guessing this is either tied to like a capture point, or it might just be like a vehicle that's placed around the map, just allowing you to get around the map quicker. I know capture points have been based around skyscrapers, like on Battlefield 4, Siege of Shanghai was a real main point of the map, but I don't believe. I mean, looking at the skyscraper, I know like it's hard to tell, but I believe what might be the case is like, since the maps are bigger, there's going to be like vehicles dotted around the map, just allowing you to get into the action quicker that aren't sort of tied to capture points. So it just gives you people a chance to sort of, if they're running from point A to point B, they can simply just take a quick detour, pick up a vehicle and get around the map. So I'm guessing there's going to be like other vehicles as well, just scattered around the map in sort of open areas or points of like heavy sort of combat, just to allow people to sort of fight over them and then get them and be able to go and take the objectives and whatnot. So whilst we're on the topic of sort of moving around the map and sort of getting around the map, just skipping ahead a bit in the trailer, these sort of two screenshots here show sort of the zip lines being brought back. I know in Battlefield Hardline it was a battle pickup, so whether it's going to be a battle pickup or a sort of gadget, we'll have to wait and see. But it's good to see them making a return. Did enjoy using them, and it's just great to see the sort of more sort of versatility to get around the map when using them. This one was a bit more obvious, but by the looks of it, there's going to be like sort of battle pickups around the map. I know like Battlefield 4 previously did this in a Battlefield 1 as well, but Battlefield 4 springs to mind sort of with the sort of gadgets around the map. So, like I was in Dragon's Teeth and Final Stand, there was sort of vehicles that you could sort of pick up as a battle, pick up and control them remotely. So this looks like a similar thing, quite a sort of obvious one, but I'm guessing it's going to be sort of tied to that. Like I mentioned in the trailer, hopefully it's not too OP, but hopefully it can be sort of used to like sort of change battles and just help you capture the point. That's just a cool thing that I picked out. So adding to the whole immersion of Battlefield, I know that sort of Battlefield 5 side implementing this, but like you sort of get knocked down with explosions. So I've seen Battlefield 5 with the V1 rocket and those kind of big explosives, you got knocked back. So it's good to see that it's still in here. As you can see, these guys just behind the tank, an explosion sort of hit the front of that tank, and it's kind of knocked them back. There's also this screenshot here, sort of as sort of the one of the characters running next to like sort of these container crates. An explosion hits them, knocks over sort of a barricade, and it sort of forces them to the ground. So it's just cool to see that's been sort of brought back into the game, because it was a fun sort of mechanic that I enjoyed, and it's added to that sort of extra immersion, where like a big explosion goes off next to you, instead of just being able to sort of tank it, you got knocked over and had to sort of get back up and fight. So I'm looking forward to getting involved with that, and it's going to be good fun. So like a real small detail I saw in these sort of two screenshots here is when this tank sort of car thing on track sort of hits the ice around it sort of breaks and sort of starts breaking and cracking around it. So I know on like Hammerhead on Battlefield 4, when you was in that sort of inside area and you could shoot the ice around there and sort of make it all cracked and sort of stop tanks from being able to go in there, and only like sort of the hovercraft and the hover tank could go in there. So I mean, hopefully this is like another setting or another sort of example of that being sort of implemented. It's always good sort of being able to sort of change the map and sort of deny areas eventually to certain vehicles and certain like sort of ways in and stuff like that. So if that's the thing, that'd be really cool. And it's also like you have to be careful then bringing sort of different vehicles onto the ice, because it may be sort of prone to cracking more, or you might be getting like a sort of being a bit slower, or that kind of thing. So if that's sort of a thing that's going to be implemented, I'm up for that, and I'm looking forward to it. So as we sort of got towards the end of the trailer, this sort of scene caught my eyes. You can see like the sand sort of piled up all against the buildings from like one of the dynamic weather events. So I mean, if those sort of roll in and then sort of change the map, like open up new routes, close routes off for both sort of infantry and like the different sort of land vehicles as well. I mean, that'd be really cool. I know like in sort of previous games the weather effects didn't really do too much, it sort of hampered visibility. I know like Gulf of Oman didn't really change the dynamic of the map, just made it so it was sort of just harder to see players for a bit. But if like the sandstorm actually sort of changes how the flow of the map goes, that'd be pretty cool as well. Hopefully it doesn't sort of break the map or make it worse, but we'll have to wait and see. So this sort of final scene caught my eye. So as you can see on the tuk-tuk, it's got its front wheel, but as it gets sort of sucked up into the tornado, it sort of gets its front wheel sheared off. So by the looks of it, there may be sort of like module vehicle destruction, like maybe you can like shoot doors off, shoot tires out, to damage tracks and stuff on different tanks. I know like there was sort of that in Battlefield 5 where you could like sort of shoot the engine, shoot tracks and sort of cause damage to it. But if there's sort of actual sort of visible damage, like knocking off doors, like I said, knocking off wheels, and sort of changing how the vehicle drives, I think that's going to be really cool as well. So hopefully this video sort of highlighted a few things that you may have missed when first watching the trailer. Like I mentioned at the start, really looking forward to the gameplay reveal at the end of this week. Going to definitely be doing a breakdown on that. Also got a Battlefield 6 giveaway coming out soon, so make sure to subscribe for that so you don't miss that video. All the information will be in that video on how to enter and get involved. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you know, make sure to drop a like. Also drop a comment down below what you're looking forward to most with Battlefield 6 and any way I can improve this video. Always looking to improve and get better, so drop that down below as well. And if you enjoy this sort of content and everything else that's to come on this channel, make sure to drop a subscribe as well, and I'll catch you in a bit. Have a good one.